जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जान रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की,
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की दाई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखानुतांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने। श्रीवासवानवे देवी दयिताय कृपाब्धे कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञानदायिने प्रभुवे नमः। माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्तिविग्रहाय नमस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्ध अपसिद्धान्तध्वान्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्लम्बरसाम्बुदे पादाम्बोजायते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते। गौर आविर्भावभूमे निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमदाय ते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरपुषे नमः। पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतौ पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पादाम्भोजो राधा मदनमोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमाढः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो कृष्णालिभिः सेविमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भे वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षणवेणुस्वनैर्गोपिर्गोपीनाथ श्रीयस्तु नः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी कृष्णानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Phones in silence. Some recaps from what was discussed last time by Narottam Prabhu. Someone remember something? Everybody has this book, Nectar of Instruction, hard copy. Everyone, please take hard copy. It's very important. Yes, something you remember from last discussion by Narottam Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, bro.
And even though we may not see the results that plants is growing as he process it, but something is going on. So that process is working. We have to keep trusting. Even if results are not seen, within us there are changes happening.
Good. It's activity, it is not idle meditation. Prabhupada, that is why translates bhakti as devotional service. Prabhupada never translates bhakti into devotion. Prabhupada translates service, devotional service. It's activity. Yes, Prabhu. Third verse. Enthusiastic. Hmm. Nine activities of devotional service, 9 processes of devotional service. Kunal Prabhu. Undoubtedly, success is assured. Undoubtedly. Good. Yes. Keep this mridanga aside. It is blocking the energy flow between you and me. Yes. Someone more? Yes, bro.
There's also quoted that once Mahaprabhu was asked who is a Vaishnava then. So Mahaprabhu said, Asatyam
Asat Sang Tyagat E Vaishnav Achar. Good.
So Prabhuji gave some references from the past verse in which it was written that not only falling for the sake of falling it.
Hmm.
Prabhuji gave the example of how cat basket tradition.
What is that?
In a marriage, once
Okay,
the cat
okay.
came, so they made a tradition that every marriage they used to keep a cat in the basket.
Yes. Yes, it should be followed with understanding and meaning. Good.
It's also told that Prabhupada is the epitome of patience.
Hmm. So we'll continue from here. We pray to Srila Rupa Goswami, who is the foremost of all the acharyas, and we are known as Rupanugas. Prabhupada says in preface, we are known as Rupanugas. Actually, it's a very, very important book. Very important book. And every word Prabhupada has written everywhere is important, but specifically if you read this book, as well as Gopal Krishna Maharaj, when we go for darshan anytime, Maharaj always says this, that there is a small book written by Srila Rupa Goswami, translated by Prabhupada. Please, one should read this every day. One should read this repeatedly, again and again. Because every word is so important. So we'll continue from here. In this verse particularly, from the beginning, Sri Prabhupada explains what is not bhakti. First, Prabhupada explains what is not bhakti. Anya abhilashada shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyanu krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttama. So, if you read in Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami explains the meaning of this whole shloka. Anya abhilashada shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyanu krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttama. So, first 2 lines and second 2 lines. First 2 lines mentions what is not, and second 2 lines mentions what is bhakti. Anukulyanu krishnanushilanam. So first 2 lines are known as the tatastha lakshana. Sorry. Yes. Second 2 lines are the main characteristics, and the first 2 lines are marginal characteristics. Secondary. First 2 lines are secondary characteristics. What is not, but actually what is bhakti is in anukulyanu krishnanushilanam. अन्य अभिलाषिता शून्यम, कोई और इच्छा अभिलाषा नहीं होनी चाहिए. एंड क्या करना चाहिए? अनुकूल कृष्ण अनुशीलनम. कृष्ण अनुशीलनम मीन्स रेगुलरली following the previous acharyas and acting in Krishna consciousness. That is bhakti. And then Prabhupada explains that how this bhakti is to be performed. 9 processes are mentioned under the guidance of an authorized person, an authorized spiritual master. Just try to learn the absolute truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So we are continuing from here. It is further recommended, page number 33, right side, paragraph starting with, it is further recommended in the Mundaka Upanishad. Everyone got it? Okay. It is further recommended in the Mundak Upanishad, Tad Vijnanatham Sa Gurum Eva Bigachet. To understand that transcendental science, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Thus, this method of submissively receiving the transcendental confidential knowledge is not merely based on mental speculation. In this regard, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, Brahmanda Brahmite kono bhagyavan jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhaktilata Bija. In the course of traversing the universal creation of Brahma, some fortunate soul may receive the seed of Bhaktilata, the creeper of devotional service. This is all by the grace of Guru and Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19.151. The material world is a place of confinement for the living entities who are by nature Anandamaya, pleasure seeking. They actually want to be free from the confinement of this material world of conditional happiness. But not knowing the process of liberation, they are bound to transmigrate from one species of life to another, and from one planet to another. In this way, the living entities are wandering throughout the material universe. When by good fortune one comes in contact with a pure devotee and hears from him patiently, one begins to follow the path of devotional service. Such an opportunity is offered to a person who is sincere. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is giving such a chance to humanity at large. If by fortune one takes advantage of this opportunity to engage in devotional service, the path of liberation is immediately open. So earlier it's mentioned that what is not bhakti, how to perform 9 processes of devotional service. And 9 processes of devotional service, one may think, okay, I read this 9 processes of devotional service, so I'll perform bhakti at my home. People say that, right? Why there is need to go to temple? However, just like in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Dhruv Maharaj section, Dhruv Maharaj went to jungle for performing tapasya and meditation on Lord Vishnu. The Prabhupada writes in one purport that devotional service performed without association of devotees does not mature in its nature. So we may do devotional service, but it will not become mature devotional service. We must have association of devotees. When we do association of devotees and perform bhakti, then it becomes mature, we understand things. Under the guidance of the spiritual master. This is quite interesting actually. Prabhupada writes every time some prefix and some suffixes. Prefix and suffix, you understand? Prefix means शब्द के पहले जो लगता है, suffix means शब्द के बाद लगता है. Prabhupada writes devotional service, pure devotional service, unalloyed devotional service. These are unalloyed, pure, anya vilashita, ananya bhakti. So no other desire, only Krishna. And then suffixes like Prabhupada writes sometime, one should perform devotional service under the guidance of spiritual master, under the guidance of bona fide acharya, or in association of devotees. So it is important that we do bhakti in association of devotees. Otherwise, it does not mature its stage. We may also experience that we may do bhakti, but while doing bhakti, when troubles come, then our determination will start wavering. Happens with us. Yes. So that is why to keep us steadfast on bhakti path, we need association of devotees. So this is from Mundaka Upanishad. Tad Vijnanatham Sa Gurum Eva Abhigachet. To understand the transcendental science, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. One must approach. There is not one should approach. One can approach. There is no mention like this. It's written one must approach. There is no other option. Because Prabhupada says that even in any other field, any field also, we need spiritual master. One wants to become a good cook, one wants to become a musician, he must accept a teacher, a coach. नहीं तो he cannot understand himself. Just by bookish knowledge, Prabhupada gives example that if somebody studies medical books, and just by studying these books at home, and he claims that I am doctor now, I want to perform surgery, he'll be allowed? He'll not be allowed. What he has to do? Practice. He might have gone to college also and studied the subject matter under the guidance of some teachers, but still he is allowed. Yes, true. What he has to do? Internship. Internship कैसे करेंगे? अकेले करेंगे? Under the guidance of an expert person, under the guidance of expert doctor who has already practiced it. So even in the material field, it is needed. What to speak of spiritual field? So it is never to be misunderstood that okay, I can do bhakti. So that is under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master. This method of submissively receiving transcendental confidential knowledge is not merely based on mental speculation. So submissive mood is very important. We saw in the medical field also it is required that one has to submit. Srila Prabhupada was once giving class in Cross Maidan, Mumbai Cross Maidan. If you have heard Cross Maidan Pandal programs, very famous. 20,000, 30,000 people would come and attend programs. And one day it was Saturday or Sunday, so many people, I think 30,000 plus. The full ground was filled and Prabhupada was giving class. And one person asked some question and Prabhupada says, first submit, first surrender. And the person is asked, Prabhupada actually was explaining this sloka, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashna sevaya. And that person was challenging. Prabhupada says, first surrender, then I'll answer your question. And this person says, no, first you answer my question, then I'll surrender. Prabhupada says, first surrender, then I'll answer your question. And this is going on, 30,000 people are sitting. And Prabhupada's disciple also thinking, why Prabhupada is creating such a big scene? The audience is confused, everybody is disturbed by such big commotion, which big confusion. Then after some time, the organizers and devotees, they took this person aside. And then Prabhupada continued. And that is why Krishna says that Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashna Sivaya. If you don't surrender to the Guru, you cannot understand spirituality. The Prabhupada is making the point, practically demonstrating that if you don't surrender, you cannot understand. It is not possible. Another time Prabhupada was there, and then one Prabhupada was in America, and one Indian gentleman came and says, Swamiji, I want to learn spirituality, I want to take diksha, I want to understand things, but आजकल गुरु नहीं मिलते. Prabhupada says, मैं हूँ, शिष्य नहीं मिलते. So oftentimes we think that I want to learn spirituality, I am a very qualified student, who is that fortunate guru who will accept me? So oftentimes we have big ego, but surrendering mode is very important, submissive mode. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was such an accomplished disciple and guru also, of course, an acharya, word acharya, that he was learned in Vedic scriptures, he was learned in Sanskrit, in astrology, in English, whatever field we could see, spirituality, he was so powerful, such a powerful preacher. But then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him that you go and take diksha from Gaur Krishnadas Babaji. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did not say that, no, I am such a learned man. That time there were so many other gurus also. They were eager to accept Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati as their disciple. In fact, they were looking opportunity that if he takes diksha from us, then our name will be glorified. But when Bhaktivinoda Thakur told that you go and take diksha from Gaur Krishnadas Babaji, who apparently was just illiterate person, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur did not think that why should I take diksha from him? I am such a learned and accomplished man. Why should I take diksha from somebody who is illiterate? No, because it was told by his father. So he just went. I mean, he was told by father and the spiritual authority also. That is why he went and took diksha. And when he was trying to take diksha, Gaur Krishnadas Babaji was not ready. He says, I don't give diksha. And then Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that, but my father has told me. So Gaur Krishnadas Babaji said, fine, I'll ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you come tomorrow, I'll let you know what he says. That was his level of devotion. So Gaur Krishnadas Babaji asked, and next day Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came. And then he asked, did you ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, did you ask Gaur Sundar? And Gaur Krishnadas Babaji said, no, I forgot it, asking. You come tomorrow. Then next day he came, and then he says that yes, Mahaprabhu has permitted, that is why I will give you. But before that, Gaur Krishnadas Babaji was hesitant, he was not ready. So Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very much pleading, in the pleading mood he approached. And then finally he got Diksha. He went to the extent of saying that if you do not give me Diksha, then I will give up my life. So that was the submissive mood. And similarly we see in the life of Srila Narottam Das Thakur and Srila Lokanath Goswami. Srila Narottam Das Thakur was born in a Zamindar's family. He was a Kheturi Gram. He was born as a son of the Zamindar of Kheturi Gram. Lot of wealth, lot of money, and lot of learning also. But when he wanted to take Diksha from Lokanath Goswami, who never gave initiation to anybody, he approached Lokanath Goswami. But Lokanath Goswami said that I don't give initiation. I am not qualified. I am very fallen soul. I do not give Diksha. So, sorry. Narottam Das Thakur, what he started doing is he observed that Lokanath Goswami would go to jungle in the bushes to respond to nature's call every morning. So he started cleaning that area after Lokanath Goswami has gone back. Then he would clean that area nicely and smear with fresh mud and keep a fresh water pot. Next day, Lokanath Goswami came and he observed this, somebody has cleaned the whole area. There's fresh water kept by somebody. Who is that person? For many days this was happening. For 1 year it happened like this. Just imagine a person from a very rich family. Just imagine that yes, we have this program and some MLA or somebody's son comes with a BMW car and he parks the car there. He comes with 2-3 iPhones and then iWatch and he comes up on the base and then he said, Prabhu, can you thoda jhadu maro, thoda pocha maro, bartan ghis do, wash basin clean karna hai kar do. How he will feel? He will not feel very nice. But here is Narottam Das Thakur from such a wealthy family, but he's taking such a humble position, submissive mood. And then the result of that is Srila Bhakta Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Of course, they are eternal Nitya Siddhas, eternal Acharyas, Nitya Siddha. So eternally liberated. But they give example, they show example how we should approach spiritual master for understanding spirituality. Similarly, Narottam Das Thakur, he is eternal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even before Narottam Das Thakur was born, even when he was not there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that he will come. Narottam Das Thakur, Mahaprabhu personally, such Acharya Narottam Das Thakur, for whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had put the Krishna Prem in Padma river. In Bangladesh there is a Padma river. And Mahaprabhu once started shouting, Narottam, Narottam. There was nobody Narottam in associates. In the team there was nobody Narottam. So devotees were thinking, who is this Narottam? Whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is calling? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that in future, my great associate, great devotee will come, Narottam Das Thakur. And then he told Padma river that in future this great devotee will come. Mahaprabhu took bath in Padma river and poured Krishna Prem in the waters of Padma river and told that in future Narottam Das Thakur will come and you give this Krishna Prem to Narottam Das Thakur and he will preach it further. Then Padma river, personified Padma river, she appeared and she asked that, but how will I understand that he is Narottam? Because he is not there right now. Mahaprabhu told that when he comes and takes bath, your waters will start overflowing. Start out of ecstasy. And then you give this Krishna Prem. So that Narottam Das Thakur, Nitya Siddha, eternally liberated Acharya, he sets an example that how we should be submissive. So it is must everywhere that we should be submissive. Otherwise it is not possible to understand spirituality. So that is the meaning here. Tad Vijnanatham Sa Gurum Evapi Gacchit. The transcendental science. To understand that transcendental science, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. One must, every word, to understand the transcendental science, one must, necessitates, approach, one must approach the spiritual. Now that spiritual master will come to us. We must approach. Thus, this method of submissively receiving transcendental confidential knowledge is not merely based on mental speculation. Not that I study some books. Some may say that, okay, I'll study Prabhupada's books and I'll chant at my home. No, one must approach a spiritual master submissively. That means approaching requires a person. There has to be a living person. It's not based on some people may say that okay, I will read Prabhupada's books and Prabhupada is there, Prabhupada's in Prabhupada's books, so fine, I am following Prabhupada. Not valid. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Just try to learn the absolute truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge onto you because he has seen the truth. So it's necessary that we approach a living person, living guru, living authority. Otherwise, if we are going on wrong track, let's say I'm reading Prabhupada's books, I may say that I'm reading Prabhupada's books and I'm following everything. But if I go wrong, because Prabhupada's books are quite clear definitely, but our intelligence is not very clear to accept these books. It's deluded. So if out of confusion or out of misunderstanding, if I am going on wrong path, and if I say that I don't accept any living person, who will come and correct me? Like in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a shloka, it says that Guru Karna Dharam. That means Guru is the one who is the what do we say? Karna Dharam. He is the driver. Will not say driver. The ship, boat, and then Guru is Karna Dharam. He is the person who is giving the direction to the boat. Or another meaning also of the word Karna Dharam means Karna Dharam, one who holds the Karna. Karna Dharam. So when we do any mistake, Guru will twist ears and correct us. Like Srila Prabhupada oftentimes would correct, and he said that it is the duty of spiritual master to correct. Jagannath Mishra told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I don't want to correct you, but it is the duty. It's my duty. Even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was God himself, but still Jagannath Mishra corrected. So that correction is necessary in bhakti. And that can happen only when there is a living person. We are practicing under the guidance of a living person. Correct? Like if Suhas Prabhu, let's say you give internship to somebody does internship under you, and then somebody is, let's say he wants to make some vati or some churna, and he mixes some other ingredients. Then he'll correct, Prabhu, not this, it has to be like this. Correct? But if he doesn't have any internship, any guiding person, then whom will he approach? Whom will he get correction from? It is submissive mood. And if you are giving internship to somebody is taking internship under you, and he is mixing wrong things, let's say for some other aushadhi, and then you say that, Prabhu, it's not like this, it's like this. He says, no, I don't want to listen to you. Then what will you do? Yes? डांटेंगे, अगर सुनना नहीं है तो मैं आपकी नहीं सुनूंगा. What will you say? कर्णधार. फिर भी नहीं सीख जाओ, अपना कर लो अभी. डिग्री नहीं मिलेगा कभी, ऑथोराइज नहीं है. So submissive mood is very, very important if one wants to progress. So Guru Karnadharam, under the guidance of spiritual master in the submissive mood. And Prabhupada has given, fortunately, Prabhupada has given all the guidelines, Vedic Shastras, and Prabhupada has also fortunately trained his disciples and his representatives for us. There are devotees available under whose guidance we can practice bhakti. Brahmand Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. In the course of traversing the universal creation of Brahma, some fortunate soul may receive the seed of Bhakti Lata, the creeper of devotional service. This is all by the grace of Guru and Krishna. Some fortunate soul may receive the seed of Bhakti. Not everybody gets it. So big city Kalyan, how many of us are sitting here? How many of Kalyan people are sitting here? Very few. So it is actually very, very rare, because we got the human form of life that itself is rare. 84 lakh species, out of which human species are 4 lakhs according to the different nature and mentalities. And out of these 4 lakhs, there are very few who are interested in spirituality. Very few. Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kashit yadate siddhaye. Out of thousands, one may be serious for practicing spirituality. Manushyanam sahasreshu kashit yadate siddhaye. For achieving perfection, one may be serious. Just like there are many interested, but out of that, few come to Rishikesh or Mayapur or Vrindavan for understanding spirituality. Now, even out of those who are interested in spirituality, not everybody gets connected to the right path, authorized path. When we go to Kumbh Mela, we will go in 2025. When we go to Kumbh Mela, we can see what kind of all weird practices are happening, spiritual practices. And no doubt in intention they are very genuine. They are doing best according to their knowledge and their understanding and their perception. But we may understand that if we study Shastras, then there is much easier path available. Much easier. There are people who have smeared ashes on their body. There are people big matted hairs, locked hairs. There are people with fire around their sitting area. There are people in a very austere condition. But not everybody gets the realization. It takes a very long time. But when we go around in the different tents, then we understand what Prabhupada has given us. अगर हमें वो पाथ चूज करना होता तो गारंटी डे वन से हम रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं, सोचते भी नहीं हम कि या स्पिरिचुअलिटी करना है. वी इवन नाउ वुड वी इवन थिंक दैट चलो मैं सब छोड़ के जाऊंगा हिमालयस में और एशेस लगाऊंगा अपने बॉडी पे और लंबे लंबे बाल बना के मैटेड हेयर्स करके फिर मैं ऐसे मेडिटेशन में बैठूंगा. उठने के बाद 10 मिनट में फ़ोन नहीं मिलता तो हमारा दिमाग खराब हो जाता है. सो अटैच्ड वी आर टू मटेरियल थिंग्स, फोन, व्हाट्सएप, so attached. So we'll not even think about that spiritual perfection, but Prabhupada has given it in so easy way. So out of those thousands of people who are trying for spirituality, very few get connected to authentic line. Otherwise people try so many things, and we got connection in authentic line, in Prabhupada's line. Out of few authentic lines, we got connected to Prabhupada's line, who has given so easy things. So we are really fortunate. And that happens after wandering in the universes so many years. Brahmand Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jiv. In so many species and in so many planets we wander around for getting happiness. But after that, some fortunate spirit soul may get this creeper of devotional service. This is all by the grace of Guru and Krishna. Material world is a place of confinement for the living entities who are by nature Anandamaya, pleasure seeking. They are pleasure seeking, but they are packed up right now. They actually want to be free from the confinement of this material world for conditional happiness, but not knowing the process of liberation, they are bound to transmigrate from one species of life to another and from one planet to another. In this way, the living entities are wandering throughout the material universe. When by good fortune one comes in contact with a pure devotee and hears from him patiently, one begins to follow the path of devotional service. Such an opportunity is offered to a person who is sincere. So bhakti is to be performed. Why to perform bhakti? Because it is very rare. We got it fortunately, so let's take it seriously. It is something like association of pure devotee. Shastras give example. Just like there is a big ocean, and in the ocean, on the surface, there is a floating small ring, circular ring. And there is a tortoise swimming inside. What is the possibility, probability that tortoise in that vast ocean, tortoise or fishes also sometimes comes up and breathes up. Sometimes they come up and breathe. So what is the possibility that the tortoise in that whole vast ocean will come up and breathe from that small ring, circle ring? Very less a possibility, very small probability. That is the probability of us getting the association of pure devotee. So many crores of living entities, millions and millions and billions of living entities, of them getting opportunity to have association of pure devotee is very, very rare like this. And we have got that fortunately. So we should take it very, very seriously. Bhakti is so rare. Bhakti, the Nectar of Devotion will study. There it means there are characteristics of Bhakti. One of the there are 6 characteristics of Bhakti. The first and foremost is that it is a Kleshagni Shubhada. It finishes all the klesha, all the troubles of the material life. Just like when we were walking, when we do programs actually SOS, then we tell people, after chanting we ask their realization, how was your experience of last 10 minutes? So oftentimes we hear that एकदम relax लग रहा है, एकदम ऐसा लग रहा है कि टेंशन खत्म हो गया, पूरा चिंता खत्म हो गई. So that's bhakti, kleshagni shubhada. It finishes all the misery of material world. It's like, we are walking with a big burden, and then all of a sudden somebody gives us relief. So Kleshagni Shubhada. Likewise, the sixth characteristics of bhakti is sudurlabha. It is very, very rarely achieved. Very rarely. Not everybody gets it. Because when Krishna gives his bhakti to somebody, or rather, Bhakta gives bhakti. Krishna cannot give his bhakti. When somebody gets bhakti towards Krishna, Krishna is sold off to that person. That is why Maya Devi is very, very, very particular in filtering किसको allow करना है, किसको allow नहीं करना है गोलोक वृंदावन जाने के लिए. Very tough test. Because once somebody is allowed in spiritual world, he achieves pure bhakti. That means Krishna is sold off. Krishna will have to go and serve that person. Sudama, Sridama, they sit on the shoulders of Krishna. Krishna has to carry them. It's very rarely achieved. That is why we should take it seriously. Since we have got the path to bhakti, people don't even get path to bhakti. We got path to bhakti, very rare. We should take it very seriously. When by good fortune one comes in contact with the pure devotee and hears from him patiently, one begins to follow the path of devotional service. In association of pure devotee, in the guidance of pure devotee, one has to hear it patiently. So hearing from pure devotee is very important. Hearing is first and foremost. Actually, Shrinatam Swagata Krishna Punishravana Kirtana. Prabhupada says that there's a nice shloka. 1, 2. Yes, Prabhu? Indastoi Abhadrani Vidunu says. Vidunu Satam. Yeah, 1 to 14. Very good. We'll read purport of 1.2.14. Hearing. Oh, not this one. 17. Someone has it? 1.2.17. Okay, I'll read. Messages of the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna are non-different from him. तो भगवान का संदेश और भगवान में कोई अंतर नहीं है. अभिन्नत्वात् नाम नामिनो. That is spiritual world. Whenever, therefore, offenseless hearing and glorification of God are undertaken, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna is present there in the form of transcendental sound. When offenseless hearing and glorification of Krishna is undertaken, it is to be understood that Krishna is present personally in the form of his sound, transcendental sound. See how Prabhupada writes, he's so careful. Prabhupada has not written that Krishna is present there in the form of sound. He has written Krishna is present in the form of transcendental sound. Very clear, that sound about Krishna is transcendental, it is not material normal sound. Which is as powerful as the Lord personally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Shikshashtaka declares clearly that the name, the holy name, see, he has not written the name of Krishna, he has the holy name of Krishna. That the holy name of the Lord has all the potencies of the Lord and that he has endowed his innumerable names with same potency. There are no rigid fixture of time and anyone can chant the holy name with attention and reverence at his convenience. The Lord is so kind to us that he can be present before us personally in the form of transcendental sound. But unfortunately, we have no taste for hearing and glorifying the Lord's name and activities. We have already discussed developing a taste for hearing and chanting the holy sound. It is done through the medium of service to the pure devotee of the Lord. The Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees when he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him. The Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that the devotee may easily go back to him. The Lord is more anxious. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can even desire. हम जितनी इच्छा भी नहीं कर सकते उत्सुकता की, उससे अधिक भगवान उत्सुक है किसके लिए? हमें वापस देने के लिए. So that's why we should read Prabhupada's books so scrutinizingly. Every statement is so encouraging. मतलब भगवान बोले चलो आओ भी हो, खत्म हो गया, पर हम क्यों नहीं जा रहे हैं? हम पकड़ के बैठे, नहीं आना है, जाओ, नहीं आना है. भगवान पूरा अरेंजमेंट कर रहे हैं, एसओएस करते हैं, प्रसाद करते हैं, हर बेस खोल दिया भगवान ने, प्रभुपाद जी को भेजा है, सब कुछ कर दिया, मतलब एवरीथिंग इज डन। हम मोबाइल में माया लेके बैठते हैं, उसमें भी विदा बस डाल दिया भगवान ने सब कुछ अरेंज कर दिया है, बिकॉज कृष्ण इज मोर एंशियस। व्हाट इज रिटन? द लॉर्ड इज मोर एंशियस टू टेक अस back into his kingdom than we can desire, then we can even desire, हम इच्छा भी नहीं कर सकते the Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. Most of us do not desire at all to go back to God. हम प्रोग्राम के लिए क्यों आ रहे हैं? क्योंकि कॉल आया था क्योंकि ग्रुप में मैसेज आया था, क्योंकि प्रसाद मिलने वाला है, क्योंकि एग्जाम्स आ रही है, जॉब में प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है, तो सच थिंग्स वी कम टू एसोसिएट। ऐसे तो नहीं आते हम कभी कॉन्स्टेंटली प्रोग्राम्स हो रहे हैं इसलिए। ऐसे कि जीवन में बहुत समस्या है, चलो जीवन का कुछ लक्ष्य है, ब्रह्म ज्ञान प्राप्त करने के लिए जाऊंगा मंदिर हमें, मैं तो नहीं हूँ कम से कम। Only a very few men want to go back to Godhead, very few. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps him in all respects. One cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires to lord it over material nature. It is very difficult to get rid of such desires. भौतिक इच्छाएं इतनी तीव्र हैं हमारे देह में, उससे बाहर निकला बहुत बहुत कठिन है। Important statement. Women and wealth are very difficult problems for devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord Himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. Prabhupada says that men and women, wealth and women, dhan or nari is a very, क्या लिखा है Prabhupada? Big, very difficult problems. Problems तो है ही, but difficult problems. There are easy problems, there are difficult problems. Easy problems can be overcome, but difficult problems are difficult to overcome. That's why they are difficult. So Prabhupada says they are difficult problems for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord Himself, the whole progress becomes very easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. कैसे? By the divine grace, भगवान की कृपा से. To become restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment. अगर कोई व्यक्ति बहुत सारी धन पूंजी को देख के या कोई स्त्री को देख के विचलित हो जाए मन में, allurement, to become restless, विचलित, restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time. क्योंकि बहुत लंबे समय से हम स्त्री और धन के संपर्क में हैं, मटेरियल वर्ल्ड के संपर्क में हैं, इसलिए इन चीज़ों को देखकर विचलित होना कोई बहुत, क्या बोलता हूँ उसको, एस्टॉनिशिंग, आश्चर्य की बात नहीं है, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. इसको समय लगता है, पेशेंस में आएगा ही. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, अगर कोई व्यक्ति भगवान की महिमा को सुनने में लगा हुआ है, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances. How? By the grace of God, अगर हम भगवान की लीलाओं को सुनने में लगे हुए हैं, तो भगवान की कृपा से हमें वो शक्ति मिलती है, sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. भगवान शक्ति देते हैं personally. Another place Prabhupada says that the transcendental sound glorifying Krishna is so strong and powerful that all the material contamination in the heart can be purged मतलब एकदम खत्म कर सकते हैं. Another place Prabhupada says sublimated, sublime process. All the things can be washed off cleanly immediately, eliminated. Prabhupada says eliminated. So encouraging that if we are hearing Krishna's pastimes, how Shrunutam Swagata Krishna. From whom? Bona fide spiritual. Prabhupada has written very clearly, no doubt, no room for any confusion. Very clear. So oftentimes we say so many topics are there in YouTube also, but we should hear from bona fide authority. Yes, and those who Prabhupada is pure devotee, hear from pure devotee. That means those who have really made their life Krishna conscious, those who have made some contribution to the movement, significant contribution to the movement. They have exemplified in their life, and their life, their character is very exemplary. It is like open book to everybody. Srila Prabhupada was once approached by a person. He's a journalist. Journalist, they are very pakka in finding faults. छोटी सी चीज़ों में गलती ढूंढ लें उसको मीडिया में बड़ा कर देंगे. इसी न्यूज़पेपर किसी का मंत्री का सॉक्स फटा हुआ था, पूरा सब ठीक है, इतना अच्छा किया, पर सॉक्स फटा उसका फोटो डाल देंगे. जर्नलिस्ट उनको ट्रेन ही किया था उसी चीज़ों के बारे में, गलती निकाले, मसाला डाल के फिर न्यूज़ में फैलाए. So once one journalist was approached by devotees and I want to study Prabhupada's personal life. Prabhupada says fine, let him study, let him travel with me, and he traveled with Prabhupada for 1 week continuously, every now and then. And this person is astonished. I have never seen such a gentleman, not a single fault, not a single spot. And Prabhupada was very natural in his lifestyle. It's not that because there was somebody traveling with him observing, so Prabhupada was very extra careful. Very natural. That's how Prabhupada lived every minute, every day, whole life. Pure devotee, very exemplary, like an open book. Like an open book. Similarly, Prabhupada's disciples, and we see such examples even now. Prabhupada's disciples and his followers, many of his representatives. A very open book, exemplary character, and they have significantly contributed to the movement. Toiled their life, their blood and sweat for spreading Krishna consciousness. Working hard with pure intentions, no personal motive or gain. So we should hear from such personalities. No doubt we have so many YouTube speakers, even in Krishna consciousness, YouTube, many very popular speakers of Krishna consciousness, Krishna Katha. However, we should be careful selecting. Let's say if you hear like His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. Some names to mention. There are so many more examples like His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, His Holiness Nava Yogendra Swami Maharaj. Such examples, they have toiled their blood and sweat for spreading Prabhupada's mission just because Prabhupada wanted it. And they have created some significant contributions. They may not have so many views on YouTube. Interesting to know. They may not have so many views on YouTube on their videos. But if you go and hear from such devotees and on some festivals or so, you go and hear, एक बार कुछ स्टेटमेंट बोला और दिमाग में बैठ जाता है, एकदम हृदय में स्पर्श कर जाता है, ये तो करना है, अभी फॉलो करना है. And after them also there are representatives whom we have access to in day to day life. बोल दिया तो मतलब लग जाता है, हाँ प्रभु जी ने बोला तो करना है, महाराज ने बोला तो करना है. सीनियर डिवोटीज, प्रभुपाद डिसाइपल्स, सन्यासीज, हम उसी चीज़ को बार बार ट्राई करेंगे. नहीं चलो कल से प्लान करूँगा, उठूँगा इतने बजे अलार्म लगाऊंगा, नहीं होता. बट एक बार बोल दिया किसी ने स्ट्रांगली, थोड़ा डिस्कशन हो गया, लग जाता है दिल में. वाई? बिकॉज दैट प्योरिटी इज एक्टिंग. इंटेलिजेंस इज नॉट एक्टिंग, दैट प्योरिटी इज एक्टिंग. So we should hear from such personalities. Even on YouTube, when His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu is here, it's like they have done something, they have done significant contribution, they have met devotees. Not that they have got many followers also, naturally, but they have met devotees. You can see their lifestyle very open. So we should hear from such personalities. Then we will have really strong change in the life. So hearing from such devotees. One should accept this opportunity to return home back to Godhead very enthusiastically. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. A student, a businessman, artist, or anyone else who wants success in his line must be enthusiastic. Similarly, one has to be very enthusiastic in devotional service. Enthusiasm means action, but act for Krishna. Krishnartha Akhila Cheshta Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So what is enthusiasm? You will see in future in coming shloka very soon. So we have to do only for Krishna, not for us, not for anybody else. It has to be done only for Krishna. And what is qualification? Prabhupada says further that this Krishna consciousness movement, आगे था, this Krishna consciousness movement is open, giving people that opportunity to associate with the pure devotee. The Krishna consciousness movement, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is giving such a chance to humanity at large. So, what is qualification of practicing this bhakti? Prabhupada says it. Sincere. Prabhupada says sincere. One place the word came, sincere. One has to just be sincere. If one is sincere, then he will attain it. Bhakti. One is sincere, then it, another in Padyavali or Gitavali, one shloka comes. It says that what was the qualification? Now one may think that okay, only those who are Brahmana born they can achieve bhakti, or those who are intelligent they can achieve bhakti. Not necessary. That shloka says what was the qualification of Kubja? She was not very bodily beautiful. You know Kubja's story of Krishna. Krishna entered Mathura. From Vrindavan, Krishna entered Mathura. First time when he was entering Mathura, Krishna and Balaram. There's that famous photo painting, BBD painting of Krishna and Balaram entering. Looking is hero. Krishna is looking. I mean, Krishna is hero. We cannot say Krishna is looking like a hero because he is the original hero. So Krishna is looking so amazing, and a nice gait and walking like an elephant. His broad chest and curly hairs, and Krishna is walking like this. Is a flute stuck in here. Balramji is walking. Balramji in blue garment. Krishna is in yellow garment. Balramji is whitish in color and looking like they are looking like an elephant. Okay, no comparison to compare Krishna. What to do? They are walking and they're enchanting everybody's face. Whoever sees, wow, jaws dropped and eyes are stuck without blinking the eye. And there was one lady, Kubja. Kubja was hunchback lady, and she was not very, very beautiful. She was hunchback, Kubdi, and she was taking chandan to apply. Yes, Kamsa. She was going to Kamsa for applying chandan. That was her daily service, and she was also not very good in character. She was a kind of prostitute. So she was going, and she out of some way she was lustily attracted to Krishna, and then she went and applied chandan to Krishna, and then she invited Krishna. Krishna, please come and satisfy my desires. Come at my home. Krishna said, I'll come to you. Let me first go and visit Akrura. So Krishna goes and visits Akrura. Akrura? Huh? Yeah, after killing. So okay, that is after killing Kamsa. And then Krishna does his business and then satisfies his devotees. And then Krishna goes to Kubja. Krishna goes in Kubja. The description comes in Bhagavatam. There are all kind of, what's it called? Arousing photos are there in the house of Kubja. Not a very nice devotional atmosphere. And Kubja dresses herself very nicely. And then she takes bath and then puts scented oils and gets ready to satisfy Krishna. Now Krishna is smiling. What to do? Somehow Krishna says she is attracted to me. So Krishna puts his lotus feet on the feet of Kubja, and Krishna just does like this to Kubja on the chin. And immediately as Krishna touches Kubja, the Kubja becomes straight like a young lady, and she becomes very beautiful. And just by the touch of Krishna, Kubja is purified of all the material desires. Shuddham apapa vidham. Whoever comes in contact with Krishna is purified because Krishna is Shuddham, is pure. And apapa vidham is free from all sins. And vidham also, Prabhupada uses that word in Nectar of Devotion. What is that word? Shuddham, in Shri Ishopanishad, Prabhupada says apapa vidham. Prabhupada says prolifecting. There's a word like this in medical, prolifecting. Purifying, like that. Like we have that antiseptic and all that. Antiseptic kind of. Prabhupada says some specific word, prolifecting. It's all pure, purifying. Whoever comes in contact with Krishna gets purified. Kubja got purified like this. So that shloka says, what was the qualification of Kubja? She was not very bodily beautiful, but she wanted to serve in one way. Some ways she wanted to serve Krishna. What was the qualification of Gajendra? He was an elephant. not even human. What to speak of Brahmana? He was an elephant in animal body. Gajendra achieved Krishna Prem. What was the qualification of Jatayu? He was a bird and he achieved love for Krishna. What was the qualification of Hanuman? He was a Vanara, he was not even human. What was the caste of Guha? He was a boatman, fisherman, not even Brahmana. But all of these personalities achieved pure devotional service because they were sincere in their efforts. Similarly, somehow or the other, one comes in contact with Krishna, he gets purified and gets mercy of Krishna. Like what is Shloka? Bhagavatam one Shloka comes. It says, Kamsa Bhayat. Kamsa out of fear was always thinking of Krishna. Gopya Kamat. Gopis were thinking sometimes out of affection, out of bodily level, because Krishna was very handsome. Kamsa Bhayat, Gopya Kamat. Is like this shloka is there. In any way, they were thinking of Krishna, and Krishna purified them and gave them love of Krishna. That Krishna has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give freely. Somebody is attracted or not. Even if somebody is not attracted, lo, pakdo. One Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to one water body in the river, lake, and Mahaprabhu told the washerman, there was a washerman washing clothes, and he says, chant Hare Krishna. And he says, if I chant Hare Krishna, who will wash these clothes? Mahaprabhu says, I will wash your clothes, come aside. This man went aside, he started chanting Hare Krishna, Mahaprabhu is washing his clothes. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what to speak of Prabhupada was personification of Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, even more merciful. Like Nityananda Prabhu, sometimes he was avdut, sometimes he would catch the crocodile, sometimes he would go to girl and propose. Nityananda Prabhu, he would give mercy to anybody. So that is Prabhupada's mercy given to us in any way. So Krishna is very merciful, and Krishna consciousness movement is open for that opportunity, to give people that opportunity. That come and take bhakti. The only qualification is one has to be sincere. Wherever we are, we have faults, no problem. We have anarthas, no problem. But try to serve sincerely Krishna. It's never mentioned that one has to become pure and then serve Krishna. Prabhupada writes, one should practice the pure devotional service. There is a path which we have to walk on. Pure devotional service is a path. It is a road on which we have to walk. We may be pure, we may not be pure. But we have to walk on the path of pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti. If we walk on the path, guaranteed we will get purified one day. But one has to be patient for that. Further it will come. जब हमारे क्या होता है ना कि 10 दिन जप कर लिया, 10 महीना जप कर लिया, प्योर डिवोशनल सर्विस अभी भी अनर्थास हैं, आएंगे, रहेंगे. करोड़ों जन्मों में क्या क्या किया उसके हिसाब से, and we expect on the spot result. Jet is instant, Maggie instant, Bhakti भी instant चाहिए. No, time लगेगा. It's a gradual process, but one doesn't have to get discouraged. Actually, it is quite surprising that after crores of lifetimes of such nasty practices, in few days or few months we can change ourselves like this. It's surprising. Kaliyug ke jeev. It's surprising. It's really instant. It's working. So one should be patient. Chinese bamboo, Prabhu was mentioning about that thing. Similar Chinese bamboo. When you put the seed, then it takes first 6 months, nothing happens. Nothing. Next 6 months, nothing happens. Complete 1 year, nothing happens. And in next 1 year, nothing happens. 2 years, nothing happens. Third year, nothing happens. Nothing is visible. Fourth year, nothing is visible. After 4 years, starts sprouting little bit. And then it grows so fast. In 6, I think according to calculation, you can Google it. In 6 months, it grows tall for 30 meters or something. According to calculation, every day it grows something like 1 feet or something. Every day. You can search Google calculation. Every day, matlab itna. दूसरे दिन इतना. It's a big significant calculation. Now अगर किसी ने इसकी खेती की है, Chinese bamboos, चीनी बाम्बू, चीनी बांस, और मान लीजिए कि कुछ हुआ नहीं, पानी देते रहो 1, 2 साल, 3 साल कुछ नहीं हुआ, 4 साल कुछ नहीं हुआ, इतना कौन घिसेगा, छोड़ो अभी, आग लगा दिया और फिर से चलो अभी गन्ना कुछ और लगाएंगे. लास्ट पॉइंट आने वाला था. आई हर्ड नाइस स्टेटमेंट बाय समबडी. as for somebody forwarded me, materialistic person, but it is significant, can be applied in bhakti. He says that today is difficult, tomorrow is even more difficult, but day after tomorrow is easy. But most people leave the path tomorrow evening. Day after tomorrow morning is going to be very easy, but most people leave the path tomorrow evening. सब में ऐसे बस पहुंचने वाला होता है छोड़ देता है आगे. द नेक्टर वाज प्रेजेंट. गारंटी दी है प्रभुपाद जी ने, गारंटी दी है, महाप्रभु ने गारंटी दी है, जस्ट चलते रहना, दिखे नहीं दिखे. परम विजय थे श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तनम, परम विजय थे. पहले से गारंटी, पेपर लीक हो गया और पास भी हो गए हम. जाके खाली बैठ के कुछ तो लिख के आओ, वैष्णव भजन लिख के आओ कुछ. पहले हम बोलते थे मूवी के गाने लिख के आओ, कुछ ना कुछ लिख के आओ, बस पूरा पेपर हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र लिख के आओ. बट पहले से पास है ऑलरेडी, डिस्टिंक्शन में पास है, बस जाके करना है. सो इट्स ऑल डन ऑलरेडी, गारंटीड, बस रिलेशन करना है लाइफ. वन हैज टू बी सिंसियर, हैव फेथ, इट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, इट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, नो डाउट. बस हमें बस लगे रहना है उसके ऊपर, छोड़ना नहीं है बात, कुछ भी हो जाए. ट्रेन पहुंचने वाली है, ट्रेन के बहुत सारे बीच में स्टेशन आएंगे, लोनावाला आएगा. चिक्की खाने के लिए उतरना नहीं है. हमारा अत्तापुर से चिक्की दे देंगे आपको. चलते रहेंगे, पहुंच जाएंगे एकदम आराम से, और गारंटेड. सो दैट्स द पाथ वी शैव पेशेंस. बस थोड़ा समय की बात है. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, भगवान के घर में देर है पर अंधेर नहीं है. गारंटेड, बस लगे रहना है. सक्सेस इज गारंटेड, एश्योर्ड, कोई डाउट नहीं उसमें. तो पेशेंस क्या है वो आएगा, और एंथुजियाज्म उसके लिए आना चाहिए. गारंटेड है, चलो दौड़ते हैं एकदम. श्रीधर स्वामी, द ग्रेट कमेंटेटर ऑन श्रीमद् भागवतम, सेज दैट the path of bhakti is so powerful and perfect, assuring, there is no doubt in it. Even if somebody, just like he gives example, on a beach, on a plain beach, somebody closes eyes and starts running, there is no chance of falling down. Closes eyes and starts running on the beach, plain beach, there is no chance of falling down. Like that, bhakti, you can close eyes and blindly also follow, no problem. There is no chance of failure. Failure may be temporary collapse, but again will rise. इसमें आएगा, शायद आपने पढ़ा होगा आगे. The path, the process of Krishna consciousness is so potent that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to the ultimate perfection of life. सुना आपने? आएगा शायद. One statement. The path of Krishna consciousness, the process of devotional service is so potent that once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to the ultimate perfection. So, एक डिवोटी ने स्केच बनाया था, कृष्ण ऐसे जा रहे थे और उसको घसीट के, किसी भक्त को घसीट के लेके जा रहे थे. एंड डिवोटी के बाजू में डायलॉग बजता है, लीव मी. कृष्ण से भगवान की बाजू में एक डायलॉग बजता है, वंस हैविंग बिगन. अब नहीं छोड़ूंगा मैं, अब तो लगे ही रहूंगा मैं. फोर्सिबली, ऑफ कोर्स कृष्ण विल लविंगली टेक अस. That's the exact way he takes us back to Godhead. Chariot आएगा, विष्णुदूत आएंगे. It's a nice way. But then once having begun, one is forcibly dragged to the ultimate perfection of life. बस चालू करना है, गाड़ी में बैठना है, बस कैसे जाना है आगे देख लेंगे भगवान. इतना I mean, खाली बैठने से इतना गारंटी मिल रहा है, दौड़ के क्यों ना जाए, कितना आनंद आएगा. जो गोवर्धन परिक्रमा होती है ना, पहले एकदम हालत खराब करके कैसे ना कैसे करते हैं. जैसे वो राधा कुंड क्रॉस हुआ, जैसे बस स्टैंड आया, दौड़ने लगते हैं हम. खत्म होने वाला है आनंद में. तो वैसा या फिर स्मॉल किड्स, जैसे वो 3 बजे बेल बजता है, तो कैसे एकदम दौड़ के भागते हैं सब. दैट एंथुसियाज्म वी शुड हैव. कैसे एंथुसियाज्म आएगा? Prabhupada says purity is the force. Force comes by purity, and purity comes by following 4 regular principles. If we strictly follow 4 regular principles, no illicit sex, no meat eating, no gambling, and no intoxication, the vigor, the enthusiasm will automatically come. If we keep ourselves pure. Simple morning program, 16 rounds and 4 regular principles. Morning program. Enthusiasm will automatically come. Purity. Our preaching will have effect not by intellectualism, but by purity. Prabhupada would oftentimes, Prabhupada in one lecture says that, distribute my books, distribute books, distribute books. Prabhupada says, distribute books, distribute books, distribute books. And then few devotees came, 5-6 devotees came and they paid dandas Prabhupada. Prabhupada, we want to whole life distribute books. We want to dedicate our life for distributing books. What this Prabhupada says simply, what is that? Purity is the force. Purity and devotion. हम इतना लेक्चर देते हैं, इतना कोट शेयर करते हैं बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के बारे में, फिर भी बहुत सारे लोग नहीं आते बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए. संडे को भी नहीं आते, संडे 1 घंटे के लिए 2 घंटे के लिए. Prabhupada has purity. If we keep ourselves in contact with Prabhupada, we should hear Prabhupada's lectures, Prabhupada's bhajans, and the authentic devotees who are under Prabhupada's training, representatives these days. So that way we can also achieve that. And the only qualification is sincerity. Then everything will happen. Okay, we'll end here. We went so much over time today. 9 o'clock खत्म करना होता है. हाँ? Yeah. Okay. Questions? Prabhu, raise the hands first.
Could you come a little bit more what exactly what is expected? Should we not question or like we should not share our opinions? What exactly we should do and we should not do?
Very good question. In this shloka 9.34, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashrena sevaya upadekshantite jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Tadvidhi pranipatena, first surrender, the mood. But Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashrena sevaya. Sevaya means while serving. While serving, inquire. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that both absurd inquiry and blind faith is condemned. Prabhupada writes like that, the purport. Both absurd inquiry and blind faith is condemned. ऐसे नहीं कि बस blindly follow करना है, blindly याद समझ लेना है. At the same time, inquire. However, don't absurdly inquire. Don't inquire nonsense things in a challenging way. There is a combination of both. One should be submissive. For we should accept it. We should inquire. Approach, I am not able to understand this. Can you explain? How should I understand this? That's there has to be questions. Question is a sign of intelligence. And actually, if we have doubts, keeping that doubt and blindly following will not take us so much ahead. But as the doubts are cleared more, we will get more vigor, more conviction. Doubts will be dispelled. But for the doubt clearing, also one has to approach in a submissive way. So both things are there. One has to inquire, but in a submissive mode. Prabhupada says that statement. Both absurd inquiry and blind faith is condemned. Both has to be there. What surrender is exactly? Simple word में बोले तो जो बोला है वो करना है. What are the symptoms of surrender? Prabhupada says in the purport of 18.66. सर्वधर्मान परित्याज्य माम एकम शरणं व्रज अहम त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Prabhupada says in the purport, quoting आनुकूल्यस्य संकल्प प्रातिकूल्यस्य वर्जनम रक्षिषति इति विश्वासो. आनुकूल्यस्य संकल्प प्रातिकूल्यस्य वर्जनम गोप्तृत्वे वर्णम तथा रक्षिषति इति विश्वासो षड्विधा शरणागतिः. So 6 symptoms of surrender are mentioned there. What is that? अनुकूल संकल्प, जो अनुकूल है उसको एकदम दृढ़ता से संकल्प करके करना है. ये करना है मतलब करना है. सुबह उठ के जब करने से फायदा होता मतलब करना है. कुछ भी हो जाए मतलब करना है. तो दैट संकल्प, अनुकूल संकल्प चलेगा, कभी नहीं करेंगे तो ऐसे नहीं. वो तो चलेगा वाला है, चलेगा वर्ड बहुत खतरनाक है. और सावधान है. अनुकूल संकल्प प्रातिकूल्य से वर्जनम. अगर कुछ प्रतिकूल है तो छोड़ना है उसको, थोड़ा भी नहीं छोड़ना है उसको एकदम. मतलब नरोत्तम प्रभु ने उस दिन ड्रामा के बाद कमेंट दिया था, टीचिंग महाप्रभु कैन गिव अस मर्सी ऑल्सो इफ वी सिन नो मोर. सिन नो मोर महाप्रभु को जगह मिले. सिन नो मोर जब से जगे तब से सवेरा. डिटर्मिनेशन, ये करना है तो करूँगा, ये नहीं करना है आई मीन प्रातिकूल आई विल नॉट डू इट. डिटर्मिनेशन. प्रातिकूल से वर्जनम गोप्तृत्वे वर्णम तथा. Can you open the shloka 18.66? Guptritve vranam tatha. That means confidential things, revealing confidential things. There is one more thing I am missing. Purport में प्रभुपाद जी लिखते हैं अनुकूल संकल्प प्रातिकूल से वर्जनम रक्षति श्वास गुप्त पूर्णम। हाँ, आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण, यस। प्रातिकूल से वर्जनम, जो अनुकूल स्वीकार करना है, प्रतिकूल उसको छोड़ना है। रक्षिष्यति इति विश्वासो, भगवान रक्षा करेंगे, पक्का विश्वास, और भगवान ही रक्षा करेंगे इसमें पक्का विश्वास। भगवान विश्वास कर, और कोई हमारी रक्षा नहीं कर सकता। कृष्णा विल प्रोटेक्ट वॉट एवर हैपन्स। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि माया के साथ खिलवाड़ करके भगवान रक्षा कर लेंगे, या सिंफुल चीज़ों के साथ खिलवाड़ करके। नो, डोंट प्ले विथ फायर, बट इन ट्रबलसम सिचुएशंस व्हाइल प्रीचिंग एंड डूइंग सेवा, ट्रबल्स आर देयर, लाइफ टॉप सिचुएशन, कृष्णा विल प्रोटेक्ट। छोड़ना नहीं है भक्तिपाद। गोप्तृत्व वर्णम तथा, अगर प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं तो रिवीलिंग कॉन्फिडेंशियल थिंग्स, गोप्तृत्व वर्णम तथा, रिवीलिंग थिंग्स टू द अथॉरिटीज। आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्य, surrendering like this, and karpanya, in the mood of karpanya means in a very submissive mood, in a very dayaniya mood, dayaniya, huh? And in a very deserving mercy, expecting mercy, in that mood, submissive mood. Let's see what Prabhupada writes. Krishna will protect me from all difficulties. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and Prabhupada's purports are amazing. There is no need to thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Even इसके लिए भी भगवान रक्षा कर लेंगे. Not to think even how to keep body and soul together. That means bodily maintenance भी भगवान देख लेंगे. That guarantee. One should always think himself helpless. Yeah, helpless is the right word. Atmanikship, karpanya. Helpless, and should consider Krishna the only basis of his progress in life. As soon as one is seriously engaged himself in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material life, material nature. So these are the different stages. These are symptoms of surrender. Shadvijda Sharanagatihi. The 6 symptoms of Sharanagati. So surrender doesn't mean that blindly following. We have to inquire, but in a submissive mood. And at the same time, not that हर चीज़ के लिए मैंने पूछा और आंसर मिला तो सेटिस्फाई नहीं कर रहा है, चैलेंज, नो, ऐसे नहीं. Many places we have, many times we'll have to keep faith and then walk, and after a long time or short time or maybe years, the answer will be revealed to us. You have to wait. As they say that in the science, the belief comes at the end after experiment, but in bhakti, belief comes in the beginning. That's the qualification. I mean, actually in science also it's in the beginning only. They do experiment hoping, believing that it will happen like this. तब जाके होता है. Make sense? But best thing is महाजनों ये कथा सपन था, जो महाजनों ने किया है पहले वो करो सिंपल. आचार्यों ने किया है, नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर, सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर, उन्होंने किया है. We just do that. We are sincere in the heart, in our intention, Krishna will direct us to the right person. And Krishna will speak to that person in the right way, in the right words. We should have sincerity in our heart. We should have intention, Krishna, I don't want to cheat anybody, I don't want to be cheated also. Please direct me to the right person. I want to sincerely follow. If we are sincere, Krishna will arrange the situation. Sorry, you have?
I have changed the question.
Change the question.
Yeah.
The first link of the question.
So, I wanted to ask, you said that in Nectar of Devotion, it is given 6 ways of devotional service.
6 characteristics of devotion.
Characteristics. So, second one you said
Kleshagni Shubhada.
Sujal.
Last one is.
Last one is Sujal.
Yes.
Can you explain all the 6?
जब नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन चालू करेंगे तब टाइम हो गया अभी.
So, the second question is like,
Okay, your chance is done. You have to end, Rahul. You have to end now.
nothing like that.
They will have to go to job or college में प्रसाद भी करना है. तो पर्सनली डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. पर्सनल राइट, पर्सनली डिस्कस करते हैं. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय.